Hey everyone, we're playing everything from Pong to virtual reality at a new exhibit that explores video game innovation. I'll tell you all about it coming up on Good Day Oregon, first live local.
We are on the go with Joe, and today he is learning about the history of Pac-Man and Pong.
Joe is at a Vancouver art gallery where a new exhibit explores the world of video games. He's here to tell us about Game Changers.
In the Angst New Space Gallery with Dina Gregar from Washington State University, Vancouver. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, Joe. Good morning.
Thank you for having us here. We're talking about Game Changers, a new exhibit dedicated to video games. Now, tell me a little bit about the idea behind this exhibit.
So we wanted to show 40 years of history of video games because we're showing the innovation that video games have inspired in our culture. The program is the Creative Media and Digital Culture program at Washington State University, Vancouver, and we learn to make the various media elements that are involved in games.
Tell me about the significance of this game right here.
Well, if you think about it, in 1976 when this game was released, we began sitting in the room playing a game together, just like we play cards or any other game, and interacting with television in a way that we hadn't been able to do before.
So literally all these games have followed the bouncing ball. I mean, it all started with this, right?
So to speak, yeah.
We've upgraded now from Pong to a 1984 Macintosh, and I'm with Amalia Vaca. And that was the game that a lot of people know. Tell me what's so innovative about Tetris.
This introduced the idea, the broader notion that space was limitless. So actually originally created by a Russian, and this poor guy never was able to see any royalties.
This game is 30 years old.
Yes.
People still play it to this day.
Yes.
And you're telling me the guy who made this game
Never saw a penny.
never made any money off of it.
Exactly.
He needs to fire his agent. I'm with Alyssa Karenke now, and I'm sitting in what they call a sound egg, playing a game. This is like no game I've seen, and actually you can't see really anything, right? Tell me about this game.
So this game is called Blindside. It's an app game that was developed in 2012. Developed this game to be played using only sound. It's a navigating through 3D space game, but you don't see anything on the screen. You actually have to navigate based only on the sounds that you hear.
So I hear a ticking clock, and the idea is I need to walk towards it using only my hearing. And it's a lot harder than it looks, or sounds. Game Changers is at the Angst New Space Gallery in downtown Vancouver through the end of the month. And later in the show, we're going to play more games. Wait till you see what we got coming up next.
So we are on the go with Joe, and today he's learning all about the art and history of video games. It's all thanks to a new exhibit hosted by Washington State University, Vancouver. Joe is here to tell us more about Game Changers.
Hi everyone, I'm back here at the Angst New Space Gallery in downtown Vancouver for Game Changers, hosted by Washington State University, Vancouver. It's an exploration of 40 years of video game innovation. Now, in our last segment, I played everything from Pong to a video game without video, but there's much more gaming to be had, so let's get to it. I'm back with Dina Gregar from Washington State University, Vancouver. Tell me about Miss Pac-Man and the importance of this game.
Well, you know, Miss Pac-Man was released in 1992, which was after Pac-Man had been released. And what's interesting about Miss Pac-Man is it came with a lot of controversy, right? There was a lot of women, especially that were concerned about Ms. Pac-Man being portrayed, if you look at the picture of her here, as kind of a pinup girl. At the same time, it gave voice to women in games. Got to get away from those bad guys. Oh, you're dead.
Thanks for pointing that out. I'm dead. I'm with Sue Haley Urkula. What is this?
This is DDR, Dance Dance Revolution, for the week. DDR showcases physical movement as a competition, so it kind of takes you away from the sitting down, like playing video games in a chair and just moving around.
I think I'm done. I'm now with Kate Palmermini, who is somewhere around here.
Yeah, right here.
How you doing?
Good.
Great. Okay, now tell me exactly what I'm strapped into right here.
This is
fascinating.
This is the Oculus Rift Developers Kit 1. Oculus Rift is a virtual reality headset that puts you in an immersive 3D experience.
So, am I in a game right now? What is this?
This is what they call it, an experience, an Oculus experience. So there are different things that you can do on the Oculus Rift. It's still in development.
So I see giant dragonflies up here. I see giant fish down here.
This really gives us the idea that virtual reality is limitless. Until you really experience the Oculus, you have no idea how immersive it actually is.
I'm fine.
Yeah, just making sure.
Well, Kate, this has been fascinating. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I'm over here. Yeah, right here. Here you go.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Folks, Game Changers will be here at the Angst New Space Gallery in downtown Vancouver through the end of March, so be sure to check it out. And that'll wrap things up in Vancouver. Back to reality. Send it back to you in the studio.